Hi, I'm Jenna Schwartz, and I'm a Student Services Specialist over in the Workforce and Employment Services Office over at Jefferson College.
And I'm Lora Warner, and I'm the Director of Workforce and Employment Services at Jefferson College. And we're here to give you advice for preparing for the Jefferson County Job Fair. So we're going to start with explaining what you need to do for a week before the job fair starts. One of the most important things is to consider what to wear.
Yeah, so when going to a job fair or something like a career expo, any professional networking event, you're going to want to make sure that you are professionally dressed, but not to the point where it's distracting. You want to be able to let the employer or whoever you're speaking with focus on you, not on what you're wearing or what you have with you. So standard business casual is always good. Business professional is good. If you are unsure of maybe what to wear, or if you don't have anything that you think would fly as professional, you can always reach out to Jefferson College, because we do have a career closet in our Workforce and Employment Services office where we provide free professional clothing to any students or community members who may need it.
The next item that you want to be considering is your resume. So your resume is essentially the introduction that you're going to provide to an employer of yourself. And so things to consider when you're writing your resume is really the type of job you're applying for. If you can tailor your resume to the jobs that you want, then that employer is going to see what they need quickly and be able to determine if you're going to be a good fit for them. I usually say to focus on your skill sets of what you can bring to that company, and make sure you focus on your employment history. We also have an opportunity for you to upload your resume for review at our online job board at College Central.
Lastly, you want to go into a job fair with a strategy. So it's always a good idea to, ahead of the job fair, to look and see what employers are going to be there that day. And a really good tactic is to highlight the ones that you know that you want to go see, that you want to talk to. So that way, as soon as you get in there, you don't have to feel super overwhelmed. You know that you have a game plan to go in, talk to who you want to talk to. Everything up after that is just great experience. So it's now the night before the job fair, and there's a couple of things you can do to kind of ease some of those early morning anxieties. One of the things is you want to lay out your outfit the night before, because that's going to prevent a lot of rushing around in the morning. If you're still unsure about the outfit, just think about where you would like to work and then dress a step above what maybe that typical workplace outfit is.
You'll also want to print out copies of your resume. Typically, we recommend that you print out copies of your resume using a resume paper, which is just a little bit finer grade paper, and make sure you have enough to visit multiple employers.
All right, and then have kind of your itinerary or schedule planned out in your head for the morning. You want to know where you're going, you want to know who you're going with, and you want to make sure that you leave in plenty of time, not just to get there, but to talk to everybody that you want to talk to.
So one thing about going to a job fair that might make people really nervous is actually doing the interaction with employers. So we usually recommend to practice your introduction the night before or a few days before even, just to get yourself ready and build your confidence. So what does that introduction need to entail? It needs to have your name, what you've done in terms of either education or employment, and what you'd like to be doing, so the jobs that you're interested in. Practicing that out loud is going to help you with your confidence as you approach employers on the day of the job fair. So here's an example of an elevator pitch.
Hi, I'm Jenna Schwartz. It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, so I was interested in your office because I'm actually a recent graduate of Southeast Missouri State University, and I worked in the Career Services office down there. So I have a lot of similar experience with doing resumes, helping students, that kind of thing. So
that sounds like a great fit. Let's talk some more.
All right.
So it's the day of the job fair, and you're at the job fair and ready to begin. So the first thing you're going to do is check in, and then if you brought anyone with you, this is the time you're going to part ways and you're going to experience the job fair on your own.
Yeah, so a good first step is to take a full lap just around the job fair, get a feel for it, start to get comfortable with the environment that you're in, see who's there, maybe there's a surprise employer that you didn't expect, and then you can go back to your strategy of who you highlighted that you know you want to talk to, and you can start implementing that strategy.
Another point to consider is what you bring in with you. So obviously you want to bring those resumes that you printed out, but you don't want to have a whole lot of bulky things like a backpack or a big bag. Usually just a stack of resumes, a pen, pencil.
And speaking of carrying around bulky stuff, I know it's super tempting because a lot of employers bring those free promotional items to lure you in. And while it's totally fine to take a couple of things, you don't want to give off the vibe that you were just there to get a bunch of free stuff. So watch what you take, pay attention to why you are approaching this booth and if you actually want to talk to them or if you just want a free drawstring bag.
So handshakes, especially right now, have become a big question. Do I do it? Do I not do it? What we think is do what you're comfortable with. If you want a handshake and you feel like the employer is open to it, do it. If not, it's not going to be held against you, but there are some things you can do with body language to show that you're interested. So like nodding your head, smiling, leaning forward, those types of things are going to show that you're engaged without having to shake someone's hand.
All right, so what you want to do after the job fair, now it's all said and done, you can finally take off your suit jacket, take a breath, and go back home. But there's still a couple of things you're going to want to do. One of those things is make sure that you have the contact information of whoever you spoke to that day. That way you can follow up with them. Send them a quick thank you card. Just thank you for meeting and speaking with me today. It was great talking to you. Can't wait to hear from you and about your future opportunities. And then some of those jobs that you maybe spoke about with those employers might have a separate online follow-up option. So make sure that when you get home, you know what other additional steps you need to take.
For more information on the upcoming job fair on August 19th, visit jeffcojobfair.com.